What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and today is a very exciting day if you're a DWAC stockholder or even PHUN or MARK. All of these stocks are benefiting from this news that Trump just announced that he is going to be speaking at the Republican National Congressional Committee dinner. He's going to be doing a roundtable and speaking afterwards. So if you take a look at the chart, you can see for yourself there has been a ton of volatility with DWAC since this news was announced, and it started off with a massive spike up. We hit highs of $62.48 on this amazing news that Trump is finally going to be breaking his silence and that he's finally going to be discussing. So let's break down this story right here. There's not really much to it. Basically, we don't know what he's going to say. We don't even know if he's going to talk about DWAC. However, he is going to. Here's a direct quote from him where he says, "I will be doing a roundtable and speaking tonight at the National Republican Congressional Committee annual dinner in Tampa. Looking forward to being there." So that's all we know so far, right? The rest of this article is a bunch of mumbo jumbo. It just talks about the politics of the event, but we mostly care about DWAC stock, right? We're not really there for the politics. So obviously, Trump will be discussing some of the politics regarding, the Republican elections that have just been going on, and he'll be addressing that. But the hope is that he will be talking about DWAC as well, and you can see just what an impact that would have, because he didn't even talk about DWAC or his social media company. There's just news that he's going to be at an event tonight where it seems almost unlikely that he'll be harping on about them. He might mention them in passing, but this isn't really an event to publicize his social media company or True Social or anything like that. However, there are a couple of things that we want to watch out for, right? So most of his discussions will likely be about the elections. That's something that we should address right off the bat, right? He's probably not doing this event at the Republican National Congressional Committee annual dinner to discuss his social media company, right? Maybe he'll mention it in passing, but he's probably not going to harp on about it for too long. However, you will want to watch out for mentions of DWAC, Trump Media and Technology Group, True Social, PHUN or PHUNware partnerships, or Mark and Remark Holdings rumors. So those are a couple of things that could really influence the price of these stocks if he even just mentions them, right? Because you just see how high we actually pumped up just because we heard that he was talking, right? So obviously, if he actually even says the names, they're likely to increase in value quite a bit, similar to how when Elon Musk was tweeting about Dogecoin, Dogecoin would pump up massively. That seems to be the kind of pattern that we're looking at, where just mentioning something is really going to pump it up and getting more awareness out there, right? The fact that these are pumping up also is potentially a good thing. If you just look at it from a momentum standpoint, there is real potential for these things to start blowing up, because they've not actually been hitting any records search-wise, right? If you look at DWAC stock on Google Trends, you can see that we have still been declining in trends data day after day, even today included, despite this news that Trump would be talking about the event, and the fact that we are up fairly high, right? If you look over the past 10 days, this is about the biggest bump that we've gotten the past couple of days, right? This is, though it seems very small, a somewhat sizable bump, up over 5% at this time. Yet we are still not ranking that much higher on Google Trends. So it's very possible that if Trump does mention something, even if he just says, Digital World Acquisition Corp., it's very possible that this stock will get a lot more attention on Google and start moving up. Now, it's already started to get some more attention on Wall Street Bets and Reddit, right? If you look, these are the top trending stocks on Reddit in the past 24 hours. However, you still have to scroll down fairly far to find DWAC at spot number 27, though it is up 30 spots today, right? It was down at 57 just earlier today before we heard that Trump was going to be talking, and already it's buzzing a little bit on Reddit, right? Up 184% mention-wise, so more people are talking about this. And we haven't quite breached StockTwits yet, right? Because StockTwits, you only see the top 10 trending stocks, so DWAC isn't up there quite yet. It's definitely not on the most active. However, it will be interesting to see if maybe tomorrow we could get some momentum with this off of Trump mentioning it. Now, that would be relatively good for the stock. In addition, PHUN stock has been benefiting as well. We're not as much. We're up about 2%. So it's not as big of a gain as we saw on DWAC stock. They were also moving up on some Bitcoin news as well. And Mark stock as well has been up 3% today, kind of following a similar pattern, right? Moving around the same times, but also just not quite as much as DWAC. DWAC is the one that people are excited about for the most part, because this is the one that Trump is actually going to be using to take his company, Trump Media and Technology Group, public. So most people are watching out for DWAC stock. Now, if you look at the options, you can still see that there aren't that many open interest call options, which really is a pity, because that's what could actually help move this stock up quite a bit, right? If people were really piling in to options contracts, and you can look There's just not many for a lot of these strike dates. A lot of people view these options as very expensive, and they are. The reason that they are so expensive is because the market makers and people selling the options know that this stock really does have the potential to explode in the future. Especially, you saw today, just mentioned that Trump was speaking at an event, boosted this stock price up about 10%, right? We were down at 57 and we rose about $5 to get to 62. So about 10% boost in stock price right off the bat, just from hearing that Trump was going to be speaking at an event that likely wouldn't have any news about DWAC. Now, just imagine how high this thing would go if Trump said he was holding a conference to specifically address DWAC, right? Or to talk about Trump Media and Technology Group, or to explain what's going on with Truth Social. So I really think that this stock does have a lot of potential looking forward. And just because we didn't experience that big of a bump today, right? It was about 5%. The dinner hasn't actually happened yet. We don't know what Trump is going to say. Now, of course, it seems unlikely that Trump is going to mention, too much about this, right? The Republicans probably want him to mostly talk about the elections and to rally some fundraisers for them, right? That's the point of the dinner. It is a fundraising dinner. If you look here, it is a fundraising dinner. So it's a fundraiser right there. So they're not really there to pump up DWAC stock, right? That's not the point. But Trump might have a little bit of a loose tongue, and he might mention it, right? It's always possible. So that's what we're looking at with DWAC. Now, obviously, none of this is financial advice. I'm not trying to pump up the stock. I'm not saying that it's going to explode later today. But I am informing you guys that he is going to be speaking, and there is the possibility that we could see some volatility around the stock. Obviously, some of that volatility, looking at the chart, it could be to the downside. There's always the chance that if he doesn't mention it at all, or if at the round table someone bashes it and he doesn't really respond very well, we could always see a little bit of a dip in price. There's always that possibility. However, we have been holding fairly nicely above 55, and the fact that we're very close to 60 now is very encouraging, right? We haven't quite been able to stay above 60. Unfortunately, we have used it as support a couple of times, but we always end up getting shot back down. And right now we're very close. We're at 59.40. So not much to go if we wanted to actually get to 60, but we are a ways away. Now, I am confident in DWAC stock. I'm still holding my stock, but once again, not trying to convince you guys to do the same. If you aren't comfortable holding this stock, then feel free, don't hold it if that's what you wish. This is by no means financial advice. I'm just letting you guys know the news, letting you guys know what I think about the stock, and I think it has some potential. So that's what I was here to say about DWAC, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like the video, and every morning at 9, we actually do live streams. So if you guys are interested in joining us for those, feel free. Every morning at 9, just check back in the channel, and we do some live streams. So feel free to join us for those. Also, if you would like, there is a WEBULL referral link in the description where you can get 2 free stocks valued up to $2,300. All you have to do is make an account and deposit. I think it's $9 or 1 cent in the account, and then you actually get 2 free stocks valued up to $2,300. So that's a good deal down there. Anything you're interested in, feel free to hit the links in the description. But other than that, guys, have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.